Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast with me, Peter Crouch, Notorious SID, and Chris Stark with me. Regards to families, how are they, guys? All right.
Is this the longest month on record? I swear it's like 3 months long. This January.
It's been a grind, isn't it? 2 weeks felt like 4 weeks, and we're not even finished yet, are we?
It just goes on. Just feels relentless. To think New Year's Eve was at the start of all of this, you know?
Yeah. I feel there's a real disrespect to January, like in general. Like, what's January done that any other month hasn't done? You know what I mean? It's shit in Feb as well. Do you know what I mean?
It feels like the hangover of December, though, doesn't it?
I feel like it gets a lot of grief. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I was born in January.
You sound like someone's birthday.
My little boy's born in January. And lots of friends born in January. Like, everyone claims it's a shit month. I'm like, all right, relax yourself. There's some good things happen in Jan as well.
Is that more middle to the end of Jan?
Well, yeah, I mean, literally it's all the way through, to be honest. Like,
my
little boy Johnny's the 3rd, Ab's the 10th.
Oh, right, okay.
I've got another friend's like around 20, and I'm 30th.
Oh, so Jan, you're sweet with Jan, then you're good.
Oh, but listen, you know, I get it for other people, you know. Yeah. Everyone's drank too much, eaten too much, spent too much. Wave to the end of the month, it's grim outside, back to work. There's a lot of bad stuff in there. But let's look at the positives, you know.
Let's look at the positives. Great.
There's the FA Cup. We love the FA Cup.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, there's a new year. There's a new you.
Transfer window.
Was exciting. Let's rebrand it like the donkey.
What? So So you're saying everyone. What we should be doing is doing Christmas. Then everyone should go straight into holidays. Treat it like the summer.
Yes. Do you know what? Yes, it's a new year. Yeah. I love Jan. Let's get smashed in Jan.
You're right, the dry January thing, you know, there's a lot to be said for it, but it seems to be the main one of all the months. Do you know what I mean? You don't have this happening really any other month. I don't know, what is February?
What? Days?
Is there a thing that happens in February?
There's nothing.
January.
It's Valentine's Day, isn't it? That's what,
yeah.
And then, you know, it's a short month, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a short month, it's a half term. It's... What? Yeah, let's make February boring then, shall we?
Let's, I think we should shit on Feb.
Shit on Feb. So come out the Christmas period next year, all guns blazing for January, and then shit on February. Like, just really and that's a great idea because it's a shorter month.
It's a short month. You could get through it. No alcohol.
And then you're into summer.
Plow through. Keep January as Christmas period.
I get that. Talking about Valentine's Day, I see something on socials the other day. I don't know whether you guys have seen it, about like language that's kind of used in football that's also you could be used in the bedroom.
I've seen it.
I have seen. This is amazing.
How good is it?
Yeah. What have you got for us? Because I would have forgotten.
Oh, there's things like stick it in the box.
Oh, for God's sake. I like you come completely unprepared for this particular game.
Yeah, we're totally unprepared. 2v1.
Yeah.
2v1.
I mean, it's literally anything,
man
isn't
on man.
Yeah.
Let's go man for man.
Oh, God. Going in two-footed?
Yeah, two-footed.
No, yeah. So there was a few with it around the back.
Yeah.
Touch it.
Got in round the back. Oof, handball.
Squeeze him in.
Oh, yeah. Oof, he shot early. He shot early.
Maybe what we've got to do here is should we bring a commentator in to deliver these?
Oh my God.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to work out if it's a piece of famous commentary.
Wow.
Or maybe we take maybe.
God, there's so many innuendos there, isn't there?
Oh, pull it back.
Pull it back.
Drop deep.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, listen, the most obvious one's come inside, isn't it?
So is this stuff a football commentator says it, or is it like just football talk?
Football on the pitch. It's just like language that's used in football that can be used in the bedroom. It made me chuckle.
So many, yeah. Wow.
It made me chuckle.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Got any more, Sid?
Oh,
I feel like this is your thing. Let's keep it. Have you said keeping it tight at the back?
Keeping it tight.
Play in the hole.
Oh, yeah, play in the hole.
Hold it. I missed the target.
He's spraying it everywhere.
Oh my God!
Spread it out wide.
Right, hold on a minute.
2 up top.
Hit the wood.
Great technique.
Great technique. Gonna keep going, are we?
Still got about 40 minutes to go. Of this podcast.
Smash it. It's got to be the best one, isn't it? Smash it.
Got the crowd on side.
All right, yeah, that was...
Interesting.
Yeah, it tickled me.
Yeah.
Well, you've stumbled on a new game for the podcast, so why don't you bring another one every week? So it's like...
Okay.
Right, well, you can send a few more in. I'm sure there's
loads.
We've just tried to do a few there, but I'm sure there's loads more.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And Crouchy, I really like this idea of keeping things positive for this month. And on that note, we've received a lovely message from Callum here, who says, "Hi, Chris, Pete, and Steve Sidwell. Love the pod. My partner and I recently found out that she's pregnant with our first child. Obviously, we're excited, and it's got us thinking about our announcement to our family and friends that we haven't told yet on social media. She wants a more traditional announcement, whereas I want a Fabrizio-esque, here we go. Thoughts? Thank you, Callum."
Yeah, nice.
What do we reckon?
Well, it'd be nice to. I totally get her perspective about a more traditional announcement, but yeah.
Traditional's a bit boring though, isn't it?
Well, it's not the sign-in picture, is it?
And I think especially if you're having a baby sort of around this time where there are a lot of signings, that's where you want to do it. We spoke about this, didn't we?
I actually got one here today. Someone tagged me into it. Deal done. After weeks of speculation, an agreement has been reached between Sainsbury's and Tesco for the transfer of Ryan White. White is known for his spectacular shelf stacking skills and mind-blowing customer service. He's managed to stack 4,000 bananas in under 2 minutes. White has agreed personal terms and the deal is complete. On his first day at the Orange's rivals, White said the following: "This is a great move for me. Things were becoming unsettling at Sainsbury's, and I felt the move was beneficial for both sides." He went on to thank his agent Jack Cochran for making the dream move possible. Yeah, I mean, a great move for the lad there.
Yeah.
So I like, actually, if in various jobs,
there it is. There, look at
there
that.
he is. If you could just send in
That's brilliant.
some of if you do make the move, let us know. While we're on that subject, lads, should we do some listener messages?
Please,
Yes.
yeah.
We've had some crackers in. Been on fire recently, actually. Just catching up with the pod of the January transfer episodes, where Notorious mentions sporting double jeopardy and the swimmers having one arm tied behind their back. This got me thinking about other sports which could be made more exciting by adding double jeopardy. In football, there could be a five-a-side goal at either end of the pitch, which would be worth 2 goals. It would also give the substitute keeper something to do other than sit and watch all season. Back to swimming. How much better would it be if every 10 minutes the lifeguard blows his whistle, plays some shitty music, and the tidal wave machine starts? It would make the 100-metre freestyle more exciting.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it certainly would.
Interesting.
Certainly would. Like the 5-a-side goals.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Double jeopardy. That was from Gaz.
Okay. Hello, Crouchy from Bahrain. G pubes and BBQC. BBQC
Outrageous.
plus, and of course, regards to your family.
I love that this is caught on video.
Gee.
I love it.
Right, as a friend of the pod, I've been really interested in the conversation around reverse cowgirl in the toilet.
Of course you are. Who's this from?
Kind of a pod.
And why
Kind
we
of a pod,
naturally turn round to sit on the throne just because it's what we have always done. And wondered if there were other times we engage in unexplained behaviour just because it feels natural. One change I want to try and encourage you to promote is underarm knocking on the door.
Oh my God, wow. That is unbelievable. Why's no one thought of that?
Genius. Why don't we do it? When we knock, we always go overarm.
Oh my God.
Make it make sense. An underarm knock is just as powerful and reduces the risk of injury. Give it some thought. P.S. bring back spray and A's. This is James from Pwllheli. I take it that's in Wales.
I imagine that's Wales. Love this.
Brilliant idea.
It just why is that one not acceptable? Just underneath. Because you're walking like that and you just go. Do-do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't need to bring the arm up.
Yeah, with your arms, you're just walking. Then it's a little while your hands are down there. You can even just walk straight up to it and just bang it on it. But we always go over our
This is genius.
Never thought of that.
But then do you move if you're a house that's got one of them knockers, like the?
Oh yeah.
I reckon
Do you then have it down below?
Could
and
do.
then just give it some.
Yeah, just a little pull.
Yeah, but is the knocker up there because we always go like that?
Well, it is.
But it doesn't
make any sense because
your knocker can go anywhere
everyone
on
can
the
get
door.
the one down below.
Yeah.
But if you're shorter and you can't necessarily get the one at the top, it's a genius idea. It's genius.
A lower knocker makes sense. I don't know. I just think, let's think outside the box.
My only thing with that is if you answer the door, and sometimes that happens, where you catch someone just as they're knocking. I think it's stranger if you open the door and you've just caught someone with their arm
Low. That does look sinister the way you did it there.
It looks sinister, doesn't it? Doesn't look quite right.
Just don't get caught in the act.
I think these are all kind of rules for if you listen to this podcast. I really like this idea about taking things we do normally and switching it up a little bit. So if you listen to this podcast, new one for your list, underarm knocking on doors.
Yeah.
Even if you go see your boss, especially if you're going to see your boss or anything like that, because that always fills you with fear, doesn't it? Or if you're at the doctor's or something like that and you're going into an appointment, just give yourself a little smile before you go in.
Do you know what? If your boss, though, if you did hear the knock, but it's a really, really low down knock, that would unnerve you, wouldn't it? You imagine, because you can kind of feel where a knock is.
Yeah. You've got him ready.
A really low one. You don't listen to this pod.
I think that's where it works more. If you're going in to see the boss,
underarm,
doing that unsettles him straight away, unnerves him. He's like, what is going on? He's knocked him off.
Unbelievable.
Well, we have done
track.
this. We've said about sitting the other way on the toilet. We've talked about shaking the hand of another person with your left hand.
Yeah, it's just thinking outside the box. Keep people on your toes. Do you know one that I forgot about? When we were doing the walking racing, someone did it to me the other day at the airport.
No, you got done.
Pinged past me and said, "What done you there?" Oh my god, I fucking forgot. Yeah, he done me massively.
Yeah, because we move on from some things on this podcast. For a long period of time, people were going up and asking to kiss Crouchy's ring. But this is
that went on for ages, and I had to stop. I had to say to people it's when COVID hit.
COVID killed that off.
Can't do this anymore, lads.
They were going up on the plane and that, going up to him, asking to kiss his ring. Kiss his ring from his family.
You pleased to stop, Noah? You must be pleased to stop.
Well, he was a bit awkward.
He was flinging his hand out occasionally and people would just...
Was you not even looking at the time as well, just getting into that diva mode?
Another fella trying to kiss my ring.
It was all done with respect.
Brilliant. I mean, it was great fun at the time. Obviously, it always puts a smile on our face. Yeah. That's what life's about, isn't it?
But yeah, being competitive when you walk past that same person, or you've become a target man. You'll be the same now, Sid. It's like people will want to beat you if they see you out and about, want to beat you past you, walk past you quicker to the gate or to the train station or wherever it is. But yeah, I don't know if you're in a race with someone, but you both kind of know it, whether you should say to that person that you're doing it. Do you get what I mean? Whether you should declare.
I think it's a look, isn't it? More than anything. You know and I know. Yeah. It's on.
It's on.
Right, today, lads, we're going to do European nights because obviously a big night in the Champions League. This comes out on the Wednesday. We'll find out who qualifies top 8 in the Champions League.
Mm-hmm. In the new format.
Yeah. So it just got me thinking about kind of Champions League nights, European nights, being away in Europe.
Like it.
I think we'll just talk about that today.
Okay.
Liverpool fly, Barcelona are through, looks like.
Barcelona and Liverpool are through, aren't they? Confirmed.
Yeah.
Done.
Now, how did you find it, Sid? Going away, kind of playing in Europe, being in Europe, the kind of, away days that weren't in England.
So Fulham Villa played Europa League, Chelsea Champions League. Obviously, only made the one appearance, 100% record. Obviously,
of course, yeah.
But travelled obviously with the squad. Very different. Europa League and Champions League.
Yeah.
Just, it's different, obviously different competition, but the feel around it is it's magnified, isn't it? I mean, 100 times you've played a Champions League so many times, but there's just that massive feel, isn't there, around you? I liked it. The difference between that and the Premier League, the travelling, going there the day before.
Well, can we talk about the travelling? Do you get told? You'll get told what to wear for the travelling on the plane, right? You get given the tracksuit. Get told it. Do you then get to choose who you sit next to?
Yeah. I'm trying to think about when we flew right the way through, because obviously I played at Portsmouth. I played in UEFA Cup before. Obviously, it was Europa League. Played in Europa with Stoke as well, and I played in the Champions League. But yeah, it was always kind of you get on the plane. Very much like the bus. It's a little bit different the plane, because it'd be like you can sit. The further you go, kind of the bigger the plane would be, but it'd still only be you on it. So you'd always have a lot of room. Obviously, when I played for Liverpool, it was a lovely plane, very nice, similar to the England plane.
Would the manager be at the front?
Yeah,
of the bus?
yeah, exactly how it works.
Always the same.
It's never no plane, bus, boat. Whichever way,
always at the front.
Always at the front, always. front spot every time, isn't it? I don't know a manager who's ever thought.
Oh no, I wonder how that would go down if you got on the plane as a player and the gaffer was already on at the back with his staff. You'd be like, oh,
yeah, it'd be slightly unnerving.
Or equally, if you're a player that takes the front seat.
Oh yeah. Brave.
I assume that's a brave move.
Very brave.
All right, so you get on the plane, but I mean, it must still feel quite exciting. You get used to the bus. So being on a plane, it must feel quite.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I was lucky enough to play in some great places, and when you fly into kind of Milan or say Madrid, wherever you're playing, whatever city you're in, quite often the bus is kind of on the tarmac. So you're just straight in. Passports are taken care of. You don't see any of it. You just go from plane to bus to hotel, and then you're in the hotel, and you literally could be anywhere. And apart from looking out the window on the bus, you've really not seen any of the city.
And it's at night, isn't it? Because you train normally in the daytime, and then you travel.
Before,
so you always land at night. So you don't know, like when even on the transport from airport to hotel, you don't see nothing. You don't know where you're going.
Are you getting the food on the plane? But then are they coming through? Are they chicken or beef?
No, I'd have had a big lunch training round. So quite often, Champions League, we'd actually train in the stadium the night before. So you'd have you'd train at home in the morning, and then I'd have a big lunch, fill up. And then we'd all be on the bus at a certain time. Then we'd fly over, and then we'd kind of train that evening in the
stadium.
In the stadium,
which is you have to, don't you? Both teams have to do it.
It's almost like a press kind of thing, isn't it? And I always found certainly with Liverpool, I always found it difficult to you didn't really want to work on too much, because there's obviously people looking and you're seeing how you set up.
Yeah.
Is it both teams at the same time?
No.
It's
just like passing ships of the night.
That's strange, isn't it?
Almost like you get an hour and then we get an hour after each other, or
so you're told to just kind of not be wary of the press, I guess.
So it's a little bit wary. So we do the same session every time at Liverpool. We do boxes, keep ourselves sharp, maybe a little keep ball and stuff, and then we basically kind of go through a little bit of tactically. When I say tactically, we'd all be in our positions. So you'd have 2 fullbacks, 4 centre halves.
Yeah.
You'd have 4 strikers, 4 midfielders, and you just go through and patterns of play, and then with a shot. But you'd all be mixed up. It wouldn't be the
so
team.
You could never. So if anyone was watching, they'd never be able to know the team. That makes sense.
And we just do that. And we just do some finishing. I used to really love it, because no one's there apart from the press.
Empty stadium.
Yeah. And you just get more of a look at the ground.
Yeah.
You're in these amazing places, You
actually take it in more, don't you?
Yeah, just taking it in, you look around the stadium, you get to talk about the stadium, kind of, and you train on the pitch. I used to love doing it.
Yeah.
So what was your favourite experience of that? Is there one stadium that comes to mind?
Well, I think obviously the big ones are the San Siro, the Nou Camp, and the Bernabeu, I would say.
Have you ever done a tour since? I suppose
I did. I went round the Nou Camp.
Did you?
Yeah. After I played in it, yeah.
Did you really? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I say played in it. I was on there for 5 minutes, but
Played on that.
Still counts.
But you remember,
played
I've
there.
talked about it before when I got the foul from Puyol and we
Yes.
won the game, and we might not have won it without me. No, if I hadn't got that foul in the last minute.
It was important.
I remember Schalke. I think it was Schalke
Yeah, that's a
Stadium.
great
The
stadium.
Schalke Stadium got the
The big screen in the middle.
because it was one of the first ones that kind of had it. Do you know, like a NFL
Yeah.
thing? And I remember us walking out going, "Oh, that's quite low. Do you reckon you can hit that with a ball?" And like we were trying to smash balls up there, or like if Czech was in our box, like just launching balls, going, "That's possible to hit that."
That's exactly what we did. And it's like,
That's how everyone does it.
Genuinely, we were there for England for the World Cup, and it might have been. I mean, don't quote me on this, but that might have been where we got knocked out against Portugal.
Was it?
I'm not certain on that, but we definitely played there. But yeah, Paul Robinson was trying to hit the screen.
Did you manage it?
I think he might have clipped it.
I think it is manageable, yeah, but not in the game. Not in game
full-on
time.
strike.
Yeah.
You know?
But I mean, in front of the
noticed
press, that would have been amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If you got an hour with the press and all you're doing is trying to...
Yeah.
Well, what I noticed as well is like Spain and Brazil, they weren't trying to do that. But I just didn't think they were having as much fun, you know what I mean?
It's so true.
I was saying about like, look, Zelga's going to try and take that screen out.
Do you reckon you can hit it? Let's go.
That's the British mentality coming through. That's the same. David Blaine in a box.
Yeah.
You know, and no one looks at it and goes like, amazing what he's doing. The first thought is, can you hit him with a golf ball? Isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, he got so much abuse. I don't think did he do much in England after that?
He's back. He's doing some stuff soon, I think.
Is he?
I don't know if he'd be interested in coming on, but
I'm
he's
pretty sure he wouldn't go in the box again.
get back in the box. Do you remember that, Sids, when he was in the box?
Who?
He was, in a bit, he was
David
sort of
Blaine,
hovering in a box.
Yeah, I know
Suspended,
someone
like,
that went
on
to go and
the embankment or something.
I know someone that went to go and see him.
Yeah.
With
Well, how
or without
was it?
golf
How-
clubs.
How did they find
No,
it?
it was on a night out. They was like having a detour back home. They was like, let's go and see him, and they just rocked up, and he was just laying there, and
Thing is, right, David Blaine went out and he did that challenge and he was in his box and it was something like 44 days and I can't quite remember how it works, but I think, you know, he could go to the toilet a bit. They had some sort of contraption that meant he could. But we're still talking about it. And it makes me think, if we are to pass the pod a little bit, these are the sort of ideas that we should be looking at, maybe for the forfeit on a Friday. You know?
Well, you want to go and be suspended
Suspended from a box
for 4 days.
for 24 hours.
Maybe 24 hours or something like that, and just let the British public do what they want to do. Imagine you in a box.
I know what I try and do. I try and get a football and see if I can smash it up there like I was back at Schalke.
No, I mean, you're opening yourself up for a lot of trouble. With regards to the Champions League as it stands now, what is your take on the new format? Have you enjoyed it?
Have I enjoyed it? It's different, isn't it? I think it's a tough one because no one likes change, do we? But I do feel as though this has benefited. I thought the last one was a little bit stale. It got a little bit predictable, didn't it? With this one, there's definitely pros and cons. I think it definitely helps the lesser teams to progress and do well. The only thing I don't like that really stands out is when you're in the Champions League and you get drawn, it's like, wow, we're going to play these home and away, or we're going to go there. Whereas this one,
I know what you mean.
I think it's harder to keep up with.
This is definitely harder to keep up with. I mean, when I was listening to it live on the radio when the draw was taking place, and it just confused me listening to it. Right, these are getting drawn out of this pot. This is going to go into here. They're going to play these away. They won't play them at home. I'm like, oh my god.
I think we should reserve judgment until we see kind of like this last weekend now, or the last Tuesday, Wednesday, and where people qualify or don't qualify. The jeopardy on it, I think it could be quite good. And then going through to the knockouts and seeing kind of how the whole thing works.
Yeah.
As for the entirety of the season, because I think we could lose some big names.
Yeah, exactly. Look, already PSG, isn't
which
there?
makes it more interesting.
There's already been big games, isn't there? Was it PSG, Man City was big, but yeah, this is why I think it helps lesser teams progress, which is great for them, because if it had been a normal format in the table, they'd have been like, right, Man City going to win that group.
You could
see,
call
predict.
home and away. You can predict
Yeah.
which teams go through normally. And
Yeah.
I think this has kind of upset that a little bit. But on the flip side, we always moan about more games. We're starting the Champions League a lot earlier now. It's a more toll on the players, I suppose.
Yeah. I think the key to it is when let's see the competition out. I don't think it's probably been ideal in terms of starting after a major tournament last summer. So there might be a bit of a hangover maybe towards the end of the competition with fatigue. Maybe, I don't know. But
seeing the big guns play each other as well, like watching Liverpool, Real Madrid, for instance, in the early rounds, I do think's good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Not so keen on the early kickoffs.
No, in the Champions League, feels like it was always you knew where you were. Quarter to 8, 7:45.
Mum's fuming because Coronation Street's been moved.
Yeah, having said that, it's
were.
actually better for me in some ways. I've got a lot of stuff to do around that time. Do you know what I mean? Like the 5 o'clock game, I can just
get it done, watch that, put the kids to bed after.
Yeah,
I saw someone talking about this recently. They were almost asking the question: is there too much football? Because if you think about it, how much football you can conceivably watch in a week now?
Can't watch it all, I don't think. Really,
No.
and keep a relationship and family.
Yeah.
Can you?
No.
I don't think you could when I say I mean
chance.
I'm talking like everything that's on.
Yeah. That's even just Premier League. We're not talking about Championship.
If you just work your way through the week, there is so much football now.
No chance. So you got Monday night football, Champions League on a Tuesday, Champions League on a Wednesday, Europa League on a Thursday,
Yeah.
Championship probably on a Friday,
Early kickoff.
early kick-off on a Saturday morning.
Probably do the Saturday thing.
Crouchy on the box Saturday morning,
Yeah.
and then Saturday night game,
5:30 game.
yeah,
Match of the day.
yeah, and then you got Super Sunday.
Super Sunday. That's an all day.
Then you do it all again.
And then we maybe do the Spanish in the evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Monday night again. You can't do that.
No way. No.
There's an element where you
can't.
I mean, I try and blag it sometimes. I'm like, if I'm watching too much football, it's like, yeah, but babe, this is it's my craft. This is my job. It only goes so far.
So talking of job then, let's talk about European nights as a pundit.
Yeah.
So Champions League, I've not done Champions League as a pundit.
Yeah.
So let's say Liverpool playing away. Would you and you're on site?
Yeah.
Do you go the day before? Do you go on the day?
Yeah, we'll go usually the day before, really.
Okay.
But I have gone on the day before, but you need to make sure the flight's happening. You go early, really. But then, that's different as a pundit because you can kind of have a little look around the city.
Take it in.
Yeah.
But are you
obviously-
travelling with the other pundits? Are you on
usually,
the same thing?
Usually, yeah. But sometimes people come from all over, but normal flight. Quite often, some fans on there if there's an English team going from that destination, and it's usually all good. All good. It's very hard when you arrive there not to think that you're a fan and go straight on the beers. Because obviously I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah.
So it's very hard not to do that.
So would you have duties to do then the night before, like with the day before when you fly?
No, not really.
Anything to do?
No, very much.
So you could really
geared
have
up for
have
the
a
game.
couple of
Oh
beers.
yeah, I've definitely the night before. Yeah.
Oh,
And certainly the night after the game.
Yeah.
Very much so. But it's hard just saying you don't want to be on air.
Yeah.
After having a few, so but you have to prepare, and obviously, certainly the teams, if you're playing a European team, you might watch them all, watch them every week like you do the Premier League team.
Yeah.
So you have to do your homework and get to know.
We need to see
more
the
of what
city,
they're
don't you?
about.
And you need to see the fans. You need to get a feel for the place. That's
Get the
Important
feel of
part
the
of it as
culture,
well.
the environment.
the culture. How do you justify it on the phone?
No, you can't get over that. How do I justify what going out and getting the culture?
Yeah.
The night before. That's quite often. When the fans are out, you can really get a real gauge of how the club is at the moment from the fans. And I always feel when they're well lubricated, everyone talks more, don't they? So that's why I feel like about 11, 12ish.
Big advocate.
That's when you get some of the real good stuff from the fans.
Yeah.
Important to do it.
So that's an interesting one. So when you go out, because I assume a lot of the time there all the fans are going out at the same time, right? So it must be carnage.
Well, no, like I say, I try and just go on the day now. But it's important to immerse yourself in the culture of where you're going.
You'll go out. You'll have a bit of downtime then, so you can go out and you can do what you want, I suppose, can't you?
Yeah.
They can't say to you like you're in the hotel, you can't go out.
No, it's not like when you're playing football.
Have you got a manager?
There's always just someone around that looks after us. We are.
Do you have to room with another player or
own rooms?
No, own rooms.
See, that's great, isn't it? That's progression.
You feel like you want to sneak out there, don't you? I bet. Like when you was a player, you've like if they say you can't do it, you're like, I want to do it.
But you know what? It's a totally different. Like for me, it's great. It's such a great experience to be at these big European nights. You know, away from home and like almost treat it like a fan. You can take in your surroundings and listen to the crowd. And quite often, the best songs are sung and the most amazing things happen when you're you kind of in the tunnel because that's the build up just before the anticipation. Yeah. Like obviously at Benfica when the eagle circles the stadium. It just goes round and round. Like obviously, it's great to be there and see that. Usually, we're in the dressing room and
of course.
You see it fucking circling. It's just the atmosphere, the flares going off.
Yeah,
just a proper European atmosphere. Like there's nothing better.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the crew and the production and the pundits and commentators. I'm thinking, right, you all get there on the day or the night before, and then. I would assume you'd assume that the commentator would be like your Clive Tilsey would be like your sensible one that would be in the room but doing his homework, getting the names right, and then like the pundits are just.
Do you practice
on the loose?
Yeah. Well, look, the names obviously. Certain players like listen. I'll watch European football as well, but there's certain games. I remember. I did the Chelsea game recently, and they played Noah, and I believe they were Armenian. I don't watch a lot of Armenian football these days, so obviously, I'm not going to struggle to pronounce a lot of the names, So yeah, but you haven't got to do your homework.
Yeah. So in the Premier League, at the start of the Premier League, before the Premier League game, you'll get an email sent out, and it'll be every club of every player talking to the camera saying their name. So it goes out to everyone.
Do you know every player does that now? Every single player pronounces their own name.
So that you can then look it up.
That goes out to the press.
That's such a good idea. Yes, I think fans should have access to that.
And it's the same, and it's the player saying their own name, so nobody else can get in the way. So it comes from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Do you get the same in European football in terms of would you get emails done before?
I'm pretty sure that is done. I'm pretty sure that is done. Yeah.
Because sometimes if you don't, you just go to the commentator because they're the ones that always know.
They'll always know that they know their stuff.
How to pronounce it.
But yeah, it's interesting. Do you know there was a couple of surprises for me? Like we got an email at the start of the season with everyone saying their own names, and I went on quite a few of them. I'm sure Kevin De Bruyne was not Kevin De Bruyne, and I was taken aback. And then we all just went with Kevin De Bruyne anyway because everyone knows it.
No way.
Because I think if you did went with what he pronounced it as,
De Bruyne.
De Bruyne.
But is that a new? I know obviously he knows his own name, but has he only just started saying it's like that?
Nah, the thing is, I don't think he minds that it's pronounced another way.
Because you hear of this quite a lot at the moment. Like all of a sudden, IKEA wants to be known as IKEA. The other one's Skoda.
No, how can you say that differently?
Only because I did an advert for it the other day.
There's no way you can say that differently. How do you say that differently?
Skoda.
Oh, stick a H in it.
Yeah, but you're just putting an accent on, isn't it? Like if you're from, are they Danish or something? I don't know. Scandinavian?
Yeah, but I was specifically told you've got to say Skoda.
You had to say Skoda.
Yeah, so I'm going, you go and drive the all-new Skoda.
You sound like Steve McLaren.
Yeah, but I'm not brilliant. Yeah, but I'm not doing. The thing is with that, I'm not doing the voice for the whole advert. So it's me, normal voice, except for saying Skoda.
Except for saying Skoda.
And this was my point.
Yeah,
it's kind of like,
right.
Surely it's got to be one or the other, Like either do the voice for the whole thing, and it's me going, "No, wouldn't I like to drive the new Skoda?" But instead, it's me going.
So this happened, didn't it? This happened. Was it last year or the year before? Robbie Savage was doing Milan, wasn't it? I think it was Man United versus Inter or AC, and he was saying Milan, and the comms guy was saying Milan.
Milan.
And then I think he even text Roberto Mancini during it, and I think he got a voice note, and he was like, "No, this is how you say it," and he had to change at half time to fall in line with, like, parallel with what the comms guy is saying.
Really?
Yeah. And I remember him kind of saying after, no, that's the wrong way to say it. I've done it properly. Look, and he's backing it all up with the voice note or the text from.
Do you know what? Like what I found as well is like people get very, very angry about mispronunciation, like on the commentary and things like that. If you get it wrong, people are really hot on it. You know what I mean? Like really bad. I remember I said Ozil once about Mesut Ozil.
Right.
I think I said Ozil.
Are you talking more on socials? People like just going,
yeah. But like people get really angry about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's mad.
Oh no, but I think that's the same with anything in football on social media. Like even if you're wrong, no one will go, "Oh, just by the way, you got it wrong." It's like proper shouted at you.
If you
like,
say something wrong,
dickhead.
like a pronunciation of a player, and you say it wrong, there's fucking hell, mate. There's an army of aggressive people out there.
It's a shame because as a pundit, you shouldn't not be encouraged to say people's names. And then today we say all names are wrong. I say some of my best mates' names are wrong.
I know,
you know.
Yeah,
it's just what we.
I know.
What
Pronunciation police, isn't it?
No, yeah, but it's like grammar. You know, some people go mad on the grammar on social media. Don't they? If you say,
it's like if you bit back and went, it's Stephen Seedwell, actually, please, and just for in future get people saying it properly.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
If you don't know,
if you go and say, look, it's not a big deal. Like next time you do the TV stuff, just turn around David Jones and that, right? Just turn around and go, look, it's not a big deal. I don't want to make a big thing about it, but it's actually pronounced Seedwell, please.
Mate, how funny would it be? It's like sorry, just to let you know, it's Crouchy. It's not Crouchy. Stop calling me Crouchy. It's Crouchy.
Crouchy, please, David.
But like, who could argue with that? If it's coming from me, so sorry, I'd like to be known as Crouchy.
Yeah.
Paul, a friend of the pod, Martin Keown, come out, didn't he, not long ago? But his surname.
Oh yeah, he's suddenly switched it now.
Yeah, but he said it's always been
Irish. It's like it's Keown. Sorry, Martin.
How great would that be? Because they can't argue with you.
Well,
I guarantee you'll still get tweets from people going, "No, you dickhead, it's Crouch."
You dickhead, it's Crouchy. No. It's always been Crouchy.
Wow. Please.
I've just allowed you to say it wrong for years.
The best thing is as well in punditry, when you don't know someone's name, whether it's the proper pronunciation or the word, or whether it's a team name or someone's name, you end up just saying it quick and quieter. Does that make sense? Just try and bypass it.
The worst thing is when you've had a discussion about, I'm really struggling to say this fella's name. The worst thing is when you do try and say it, I know, I can see the eyes on me, and the minute you say it, and they're giggling off camera, and I've gone for it, and it's very difficult one.
If you're light-hearted, you can laugh at yourself while you're doing it.
Yeah, I think you get away with it that way.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some of the games this evening.
Yeah,
ones that stick out. Aston Villa Celtic will be an absolute cracker.
So we're looking at these obviously before we're recording this pod. There's a few games in between recording this pod and then this pod coming out. So these are all big fixtures as it stands anyway.
Yeah, I was at Rangers Spurs, which was an absolute belter. So Villa Celtic, I know, will be another absolute cracker. What's interesting as well, Man City they could potentially go out.
Man City, yeah.
Well, they look like the playoffs for them.
Yeah. Which at the start you would have gone, this is why this format is so good at the start, and I know their form has been great, but you'd have said at the start Man City favourites for Champions League, favourites. So what are we saying here? Out of how many teams?
Listen, I think they could still. They're still probably win their playoff games.
Yeah, so out of 36 teams, they're 24th. They're just in the playoff at the moment.
Right.
As are Celtic looking at it. So Villa are obviously in the automatic. That's a huge game.
Yeah, I think Atletico, Atalanta, Bayer Leverkusen, Aston Villa as well up there.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying about the league. I think the fact that these are probably going through.
So yeah, you look at Real Madrid, like Brest, like they're just outside the outside the automatic. Like could literally automatically qualify, and then you've got Madrid down the bottom end of the playoff table.
PSG as well in big trouble.
Do you know what? They always flatter to see.
No.
Hey?
They've really struggled, haven't they?
Every like they get pumped as not favourites, but up there as potential winners.
They
And
shouldn't
just,
be. They shouldn't be.
No, if I'm any team and I'm facing PSG at any point in that tournament, I'm thinking we're going to go through over 2 legs or home or away. We're going to win.
We've got to probably mention Liverpool as well. Have been absolutely outrageous, really.
Cruised it. Won every game. Automatically qualified, which is nice, I suppose, because now they can possibly rest a couple of players in terms of the last remaining games. Don't need to.
Rest play.
As you understand it, is their sort of experience of European games exactly the same as when you were doing it? It's the same sort of setup, same plane, all of that.
I don't know the plane, but I imagine they probably upgraded things. I mean, there's 2 buses to every game now, isn't it? This is a bad one.
Yeah.
I imagine the plane's probably got bigger and stuff. But
what's with the 2 bus thing?
So much staff
Man
now,
City
isn't it?
started that. Man City,
COVID had a part in it as well, didn't it? Because everyone was doing it, trying to space each other out.
Yeah, but that was more to space out. But I think physically for numbers, Man City definitely was the first team.
Yeah.
Because I remember when they pulled up 2 buses, we was like, wow. If they brought the whole squad, and it was that's just
like so much staff.
Yeah.
Some of them double deckers now as well, weren't they? Like the buses, you know what I mean? They get off the top, don't they?
Yeah. I don't know, crazy. So what are we saying in Champions League? This is just obviously the format for the minute. Liverpool got to be heavy favourites, haven't they?
Strong favourites. Barcelona have got to get surely I mentioned. Bayer Leverkusen, tough to beat. Good side.
Well, Arsenal struggle in the league of late. Do you reckon Arsenal could do the Champions League?
But then don't you think it all changes when you get past this stage?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Stages?
Yeah.
Was there a big difference for you?
The group
Obviously,
stage.
I know using the old format, but once you got out the group stage,
is there a different mentality?
When it come to knockout, was it then completely different?
I think there was more of a nervousness around the group stages. You know, it was like we need to get through at all costs, and then it was like the excitement of the draw. If you'd want a kind of winnable draw, certainly early on, you get to the court, and then anything can happen. I think anything can happen. Even if you get one of the big guns, you're like, this is what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember being at Liverpool and training, I think the draw would have been about 11:30 or something like that. We were mid-training session. I remember running back in and seeing like who we got. When we drew out Barcelona, I think that was.
And then going back out to train.
And then go back out to train,
That's brilliant, isn't it? That's wicked.
Yeah, we all kind of run in. All right, if you listen to this, I reckon we just pick one each. This is just for fun. It's nothing to do with the Friday pod.
Thank God.
We're going to pick one for fun. I'm going to be at the PSV Eindhoven Liverpool game from the studio. Unfortunately, I'm not going out to Holland. I fancy Liverpool strong here. I'm just going to say, like, you can laugh at this because if you're listening to this on the Thursday, which quite often people do, you can have a laugh at me. But I'm going to go for Liverpool 3-0.
Yeah, I'd say yes. Great chance of that. It all depends on what team he puts out because he could rest. He could possibly rest.
He could rest people. I think he'll.
But you say they're heavy favourites massively.
I'd say so.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for Man City. Man City are home to Club Brugge, and Man City are just hovering around the playoffs at the minute. So if teams do below them to get a result, there's a chance that Man City fall out.
Yeah, which is mad. That feels inconceivable at the start of this
Imagine
season.
that.
But then equally, it feels like they might have just turned a corner at the moment.
True, so that's why I'm going to watch it.
Time of recording. Okay, so if
I'm going to go for a Man City win that as well at home. Mind you, Club Brugge have no mugs. They beat Villa.
Bruges.
They beat what?
They might struggle if it was in Bruges.
I got it first time round, mate.
I'm going to go Man City 3-1.
3-1. Okay, lovely. The first thing is, if we get these all correct and they're nothing to do with the Friday pod, we're fuming.
I don't know what to look at here.
Villa at home.
Should we have a look at Villa?
Yeah, Villa at home to Celtic.
Villa Celtic's a good one.
Yeah.
That's big because Villa are just in the automatic at the moment.
Yeah. And I guess the home thing for a European game is just huge, isn't it? There, Prince William gets the pints in as well, doesn't he?
Prince William was at Monaco the other
He
night.
done that last night, didn't he?
Did you see that sign? Was that actually Prince William again? Is this like something he's doing weekly now? There was a big sign at the station saying, "From Prince William, I'd like to buy you all a drink. Turn up at this happy hour bar
No way.
between 4 and 6." But then that is a bit. I only skimmed Reddit. Otherwise, it's a bar that is basically just put this poster in the train.
Brilliant. That.
Fair play.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was real.
Well, he travelled to the game.
But he did go to a Weatherspoons, didn't he?
Yes.
For the
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got everyone a drink at the Weatherspoons.
Did he really?
Yeah, seriously.
Fair play to him.
so for that, I'm going to say, I don't know. I'm going to go maybe 2-1 Villa for that
Yeah, I
one.
like that.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Boys, I've got a bit of a quiz which you guys can do, and everyone can sort of join in.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit of fun.
Okay,
love a quiz.
Little quiz. Obviously, European football. See how you get on. So, which team became the first British club to win the European Cup in 1967?
Which team become the first team to win the
Celtic.
European
Celtic.
Did you say British?
First British club to win the European Cup in
Oh, so if it's
1967.
British.
Celtic.
He's right.
Yeah.
Celtic.
And you said British, yeah.
You're so good at these things, aren't you?
I love a question.
Have you done Mastermind yet?
I do. I just like a question.
I wonder if it's worth a shout.
It's a mastermind chair.
I actually think you'd be all right. Who is the only player to win the Champions League with 3 different clubs?
Is he playing now? Or is he an old
Seedorf.
player?
Yeah, he's unreal. Can you name the clubs?
AC Milan.
Yeah.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Ajax.
Yes.
Yes,
well done,
Ajax.
Stephen Seedwell.
Seedwell.
Okay, you boys are storming this. Which team beat AC Milan 1-0 in the 93 Champions League final, becoming the first club to win the rebranded competition?
I was
1993 Champions League final.
I was at the European Cup final of '92, which was
at Wembley.
Sampdoria,
Yes.
Barcelona, where Koeman scored.
That's right.
And Milan lost in '93.
Yeah, so a team beat AC Milan in
Marseille.
in Championship. Marseille.
Oh, boom!
Where's he getting these from?
Wow.
Are you feeding them in?
That's it.
That's
I
unreal.
had a shirt, didn't I? And I remember
Oh,
Basil
right.
Bolly team won it, and
Jean-Pierre
Papin.
Papin.
That's huge, Crouchy.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
I
got
think
that.
we would have both got this, but this is for you listening to the podcast right now. All right, just say the answer to yourself, and then I'll give you the answer. Peter Crouch scored a spectacular overhead kick in a 3-0 Champions League win for Liverpool in 2006 against which team? I'll just give them 5 seconds or so to have a quick discussion.
To answer it.
You can give the answer, I guess. yeah.
Galatasaray.
It's Galatasaray. That must have been intimidating when you turn up there.
That
at home?
was at home. It was at Anfield.
Oh, yeah.
At the cop end.
I think you'll get this one. If you get it really quickly, then I'll do one more question. Which Man United player became the first Englishman to win the Champions League with 2 different clubs?
He won it with Man United.
Yeah.
Beckham?
No.
No. Which Man United player won it with 2 different clubs?
Yeah.
Well, Ronaldo's one. It was 2 different clubs.
Yeah,
It'd be
but-
before him.
The
It was a Man
first.
United player.
Oh, the first. Sorry.
So, what was it? He won the first.
So
first
which Man United player became the first Englishman to win the Champions League with 2 different clubs? And you're
Owen
not
Hargreaves.
yeah.
I was going to say Owen Hargreaves. I didn't know. I was going back to '99. I was thinking, no.
Well
come on,
played,
mate.
mate. Man United in 2008, Bayern Munich in 2001. Great quiz.
Right, well,
Crouchy, you
you know
smashed
what?
that.
Quiz.
Really enjoyed it. I love a quiz, to be fair. Big fan of a quiz. Right, lads, do you mind if I finish on an 11?
Love it.
Okay, great. Dear Crouchy from Bahrain, Bonfire and BBC Connoisseur.
Oh, I like that.
Regards to your families. Thank you. Regards to yours.
Yes.
Just catching up on the January moves pod from last week. And after hearing Thomas from Brisbane's Health 11, I was reminded that I made my own Health and Fitness 11 before Christmas, but I forgot to send it in. This was... the only duplicate was Mo Salad, whom I've substituted out. So here goes. We got Juice Grobbler, Ricardo,
Calorie
Fury,
Fury.
yeah.
Ryan Shaw CrossFit, John Scales,
Yes.
Jim
Oh,
Magilton,
what a belter that is. What a player he
Declan
was.
Ricebath, Steve Shitswell,
Gut health is important, Steve.
Alex Antioxidant Lade Chamberlain,
Yeah.
Ender Flynn Jones.
Endorphin.
Oh, endorphin.
Downs.
Yeah.
Hung Vitamin Son. Danny Welbeck.
Yep.
Managed by Protein Smith. Cheers. That's from Billy Hadaway.
Nice. Good job. Yeah.
All right, lovely. We'll see you next time.